A reformed Parliament. Number 4. A reformed Parliament would, without a day's delay, set a committee to work to inquire into the amount of the salaries of all persons in public employ. They would ascertain whether the said salaries of such persons have been raised in consequence of the rise in the prices of provisions and labour, which took place some years ago. It would soon be discovered that the salaries of the judges, for instance, have been doubled within the last 20 years, and that the ground upon which the augmentation took place was the rise in the prices of provision and labour. This being the undeniable fact, and it also being the undeniable fact that the prices of provisions and labour have come down to their former amounts, a reformed Parliament, freely chosen by all the taxpayers, would say that the judges' salaries ought to be reduced to their former amounts. And if anyone grumbled at this reduction, a reformed Parliament would call him a most unreasonable and unjust man. The same would be done with regard to the police justices and other persons appointed by the government. Great crowds of people in office would be dismissed wholly and their salaries saved, but a reformed Parliament would not be under the necessity of turning clerks out to starve. The fault has not been theirs if they have been unprofitably employed. The expense of affording them a decent maintenance in proportion to their talents and length of service would be trifling, and they would receive it, except in cases where the introduction or promotion had sprung notoriously from the borough interest. For between men thus fostered and other men, a distinction would necessarily be made. More than £1 million a year of expenses would be lopped off in a week, without any one act of cruelty or injustice. Let the spawn of the borough corruption return back to feed on the flesh that its parents has collected. But let the hard-working clerk and his family find food at the hands of national generosity. William Cobbett.